Hey y'all, welcome back. I talked about hunting recently and I wanted to tell y'all a personal story. It was about 2003 and I was medically discharged from the military due to injury, going through a divorce and struggling to find what I need to be doing in life. I had a child and she was 3 and she's the only thing keeping me going. 2 of my brothers invited me deer hunting with them. It was worth noting, prior to this I've never been deer hunting. I've hunted small game mostly. I didn't own a rifle that was the correct caliber to hunt whitetail deer, so we borrowed a 30-30 lever action from a friend of my brother's. Looking back, it was a great rifle. Matter of fact, I own one very similar to it now. We loaded up the truck for about our 5-hour trip. I had some gear from the Army, a Gore-Tex jacket, boots, BDUs, and other gear that would work perfect for hunting. I'll be honest if I didn't tell you I was not in a good place. I am not even sure why I even went in the first place. But this trip would change my life. The trip started at, oh my god, why is it so damn early in the morning? I put my best carpet the den face on and loaded the truck. The trip was rather uneventful and we arrived in the hunting lease early afternoon. We got our stuff put away and had to clean the trailers because some ringtail cats got in and messed it up pretty well. There was crap everywhere. When I say crap, I really mean crap. We're talking actual ringtail feces everywhere. It was fine. We cleaned it up, and with all that being done, it got late, so we turned in for the night. We had an early morning the next morning. I have nightmares most nights, but that night, I really didn't have a nightmare. I didn't sleep like a baby, but I didn't have a nightmare. The alarms went off at what I assumed was, oh, why am I up this so damn early? Every guy knows when you wake up, the first thing you have to do is go pee. So, I slip my boots on, me just wearing boxers, and I walk outside. It was so damn cold. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for my brothers, I'd probably just open the door to the trailer and pissed out of it. But decency and all. We finished our morning nature calls and we started to get ready. It felt strangely familiar as I got my BDU, boots, and Gore-Tex on. I was the first one dressed and out the door, checking the rifle I borrowed. My brothers followed closely behind me though. I have no idea where I was heading, so my brothers had to lead me. There was 3 deer stands, one closest to camp, which would be mine, the middle one, which would be my eldest of us 3, and then the far stand, which would be the middle brother stand. We get to the stand, and it's still dark. I handed my rifle to one of my brothers, and I tossed a rock into the stand. The reason why I do this is to make sure there's nothing in the stand that wants to hunt with me. We're talking any critters or reptiles. I opened the door and climbed up the rather unstable ladder to the stand. My brothers handed me my gear and my rifle back, and I sat in the old metal folding chair, leaned my rifle against the wall, and waited. Now the rule is you can't hunt until 30 minutes after sunrise, so I had some time to kill. Remember when I said I wasn't in a good place? Now imagine being in the dark with a loaded rifle with nothing but your thoughts. Well, I must have dozed off, because I woke up the sun was breaking. Before we left camp, I got a bottle of water and a honey bun to snack on, and I had a few minutes before I could even be light enough to hunt, so I figured I could eat breakfast. Now, I wasn't blind, but even so, you have to be very quiet, because deer have great hearing. So as quietly as possible, I reached inside my Gore-Tex Velcro pocket, and I slowly started to open the Velcro in order to get to the honey bun. I never knew Velcro could be so damn loud. Jesus, no matter how fast or how slow I ripped, it was so loud. I don't know what it was, but it echoed everywhere, and I'm pretty sure every bit of wildlife heard it. I pulled out the honey bun and looked around to see how much damage my loud Velcro made. Didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, so I figured I was still good. So I reached over, I opened the honey bun. As I grabbed the cellophane wrapper and I start to open it, I did not know cellophane made so much noise. Well, I opened it as fast as possible because I knew it was just be so loud. I slid out the honey bun. Now, if you don't know what a honey bun is, it is a soft pastry that's kind of like a cinnamon roll, but it's covered in glaze. You can get them at the store, usually for $2 for $1. Well, I took a bite, and I did not know a soft pastry could crunch. It was so loud. Looking back, it was probably because I was on high alert, but to me, everything just seemed to echo. I finished breakfast and started waiting longer. It was time to hunt. So I grabbed my Walmart special mini binoculars and started scanning the tree line. An hour or so passed. Then I heard what I can only describe as a low-flying helicopter heading towards me. I looked around, trying to find out where it was coming from. Nothing in the sky, but it kept getting closer and closer, till finally it sounded like it was right on top of me. The sound was a crow. Oh my god, I didn't know crows could sound like helicopters. The crow call echoed in the distance as I started scanning the tree line again. I had been hunting for what seemed like forever. I didn't even see a hint of wild game. Then I remembered. I didn't load a round in my chamber. Rookie mistake. I picked up my rifle, cocked the lever down, the round slides into place, and I pulled the lever back in place. Now the 30-30 safety is you have to hold the hammer, squeeze the trigger, and slowly lower the hammer. Simple, right? Well, when I was lowering the hammer, my thumb slipped. And yep, the rifle went off. The rifle was sitting in my lap, so I shot the deer stand. My ears started ringing. My head started going fuzzy. My eyes started watering. The fact that it was at my waist means that the sound didn't have anywhere to go but up. I sat there, trying to regain my thoughts. My head was pounding, my ears was ringing, my eyes was watering. I couldn't take it, so I climbed down out of the stand and went back to camp. I just sat there with my eyes closed. A few hours later, my brothers came back to camp and asked me what happened. Now, I thought about lying saying I missed a deer, but I told the truth. And all they did was laugh at me. And they had every right to do so. That was a very dumb mistake. I slept for a few hours and get my senses back, and then we went hunting that afternoon. As I sat there watching the tree line, listening to crows laugh at me, I hear a distant boom. It sounded like the eldest of us had fired a shot. I waited, and I heard talking heading my way. My brothers called out to me and told me to come over to the middle stand. I did, and my eldest brother bragging about the massive deer he shot. So we followed the blood trail. Sure enough, we found the deer, a medium-sized doe. We did kind of make fun of him for it, but all in all, he was the only one of us that got one, so you can't say too much. My brothers and I take the deer back to camp. We start the cleaning process. The middle brother starts to doing the gutting and the cleaning out. We hang it up, getting ready to do the quartering and skinning. I asked to do it because I have some skill in it, so. My brothers were impressed with how well I did though, so there's that. I didn't leave a scrap of meat on that carcass. I bet you the buzzards were pissed. Well, we quartered it, salted it, put it away, tagged the head and bagged the head so we would be legal. My brother takes backstrap, prepares it for dinner that night. Dinner that night was baked potatoes and roasted backstrap on an open fire. It was so good. Even today I still can taste it. I can still smell it. It was so great. My brothers and I sat there, joked, talked, looked at the night sky. Man, the night sky was so beautiful. So clear. I can see every star. With no other light around, it was just so perfect. That's when I realized my problems are so small. Compared to the world, my issues are a non-issue. The mere thought of that night, even now, makes me humble. I only tell you this story for you to understand something. Our problems are massive in our eyes, but tiny compared to the rest of the world. Take a moment to relax, breathe, look past yourself. Find that one small, precious memory and take it with you throughout the day. Make sure it makes you happy. Now, having said all that and kind of waxed philosophical for a second, let me end with this. Don't let the door hit you, would the good Lord split you.